Hey there, it's David Cinelli here, a realtor with Royal LePage Signature. Today's home tip is part 2 of 2 parts of how to make grass cutting a little bit easier. So these next tips are, I thought most people knew about these, but anyway, it's always good to refresh your memory. So the first tip for part 2 today is to cut your grass when it is dry outside. Have you ever seen people cut the grass when either it just finished raining, or I've seen some people cut the grass while it's raining. You don't really want to do that because, first of all, the wet grass really clumps a lot together. Your machine gets full of all the grass cuts and so all of the shavings, everything that's in there. Anyway, it just becomes a mess. You're leaving piles all over the place. Also, your grass, sometimes it gets wet and damp, and not all the blades get cut because of when they're sitting on there. So, and also when your lawnmower is distributing the gas, when you're blowing it out, it doesn't come out evenly. So yeah, you want to wait till your grass is dry, and it gives it a much cleaner cut and will make it easier on you. And the last thing as well is, like, I don't know about you, but as a kid, my parents always wanted us, after finished cutting the grass, they wanted us to rake it up and put it into bags and then toss it out. Well, they've noticed that, that is not as good for your grass if you just leave the clippings on your grass. It kind of composts it back into your lawn, makes it fuller, and it releases nitrogen back into the soil. So if you followed my tips from last week, this only comes into handy and makes your grass look great if you're cutting it more often. If you're cutting it again once a week and you're cutting just a small amount of it, you won't even notice those clippings. It's when you wait too long to cut your grass, or you get all these heaps and heaps and tons of different clippings all over the grass, and it doesn't look great. So using last week's tips and this week's tips should help you to cut your grass, make it a little bit easier, and hopefully a little bit more enjoyable for you as well. Hope you enjoyed these tips. Bye for now.